Recording live from Hiffle, it's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast with your hosts, Devin and Drew.
Welcome to the Dragon Balls Deep podcast, voted the number one Dragon Ball podcast in the entire world by Podcast Magazine. Another two-man crew here today. The last one went fine, so this one should too. I have nothing for the correction department.
Yes, we didn't fuck anything up
That we know of. They'll let us know. Let's jump right into this thing, shall we?
Let's do it.
Dragon Ball Z Episode 12. Originally aired on July 19th, 1989 in Japan, and on November 1st, 1996 in the US. The show begins with Mr. Narrator talking about a whole lot of nothing. We then see Gohan sleeping with a big purple blanket. Where did he get that?
I don't know, but it looks like he's got a whole new setup now. He decided to go indoors.
Was he in a cave?
Nah, before wasn't he in, he was just sitting on top of a...
Yeah, he was on top of like a cliff in the last episode.
Yeah, he wasn't in a cave last episode, was he?
No.
Yeah, so, yeah, new location.
I guess he's just moving around a lot.
Yeah, maybe he hit some rain and had to take cover.
It's like a pikey now. Just traveling gypsy.
Yep.
Gohan is having a dream about his fight with Raditz. Then we see Gohan happily washing his face and thanking the sun for a beautiful day.
When I was rewatching that little dream sequence with Gohan, and it kind of looks like he accidentally goes Kaioken before he hits Raditz.
Yeah, I'm sure it's similar.
He gets that like red glow.
Yeah. I guess it would be like maybe the little kid version of Kaioken.
Better than anything Goku can do at this point.
Yeah, that's true. I think being alone out in the wild is starting to wear on Gohan's mind a bit.
Well, yeah, we do. He does mention that he's homesick in the dubs. Or in the subs.
Interesting.
Like when it says... Because I think when he gets up to that pond in the dub, he just says... it's time to get something to eat, but in the subs he says, alright, think it's time to go back home.
Oh, does he say that? Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we are getting into the, coming up into the spoiler alert episodes where he does make his way back home.
So it makes you think, like, this whole time, has he really been focused on his training, or is he just trying to survive and get to the point where he can get back home?
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like, it makes you question his whole mentality throughout this.
I imagine he wants to get home. I imagine he really has no care in the world about the Saiyans, if he even remembers that all that's happening.
Yeah, I didn't think that before, but after that, him saying that, it makes me think that now.
Interesting. I wonder what Goku's up to. Let's go find out. Oh, what do you know? He's still running. Cool.
Keep hammering, Goku. Keep hammering.
Goku starts chanting to himself, gotta find King Kai, gotta find King Kai, gotta find King Kai. Back on Earth, Roshi says Goku has been gone a long time and wonders if he made it to King Kai's and his training. And this is the first part. Well, it's been going on, but really here, I really wish there was some kind of time reference in this show because it's really bothering me.
Time is very squirrely in this show.
Turtle reminds Roshi about how they are not to wish Goku back for a year. Roshi doesn't like this plan because by then the Saiyans will be on Earth. Turtle asks Roshi if he thinks that they can protect the Earth from the Saiyans on their own. Roshi doesn't reply.
Roshi should have been like, bitch, do you remember what your power level was?
Turtle says, oh well, it's been nice knowing you. I like Turtle.
Yeah, Turtle's like Turtle reminds me of fucking Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. I don't think he's quite as depressing as Eeyore. He's a little more just carefree.
Yeah, I guess so.
We then see Bulma and Krillin still flying and looking for Tien. Where is Yamcha and Puar? Why weren't they there? How much fucking time has passed?
Who knows?
Krillin says something along the lines of, are we there yet? So, are they not just aimlessly flying around? Do they actually know where they are going? Is it still taking them this long? I call bullshit on all of this.
I mean, I wonder how they're actually planning on finding Tien. Does, Krillin have the ability to read power levels?
No. They have the scouter, don't they?
The scout? Yeah, but Tien doesn't have any Dragon Balls.
But it can read power levels.
Oh, the scouter, that's right. I'm thinking the Dragon Radar.
The Dragon Radar. Do they have the scouter? It didn't blow up yet, did it?
No, I think they still have it. Maybe.
Well, they're not using it in any of the scenes that we see, so
yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Let's just wander around places Tien might be at. Let's check our local waterfalls and remote deserts.
Krillin says something about they need to hurry up so that they can go train. Blah, blah, blah.
Agreed. They do need to hurry the fuck up.
We then see Tien and Chaozu standing under a waterfall. Tien is training and practicing his techniques. He concentrates and uses his power to stop the waterfall mid-flow like he's Moses or some shit. Tien and Chaozu are interrupted by gunfire. I wonder who that could be. Launch informs them that it's lunchtime. Lunchtime or launch time? You know what I'm saying, Fry Man? Launch has a table full of food prepared. Tien asks if Launch made it all herself. She says she hired a bunch of cooks to make it. I thought she was just being a smartass here, but then we see that there are actually 20 cooks in the room. Chiaozu remarks that all the food must have cost a lot of money. Launch makes Tien a plate of food and asks him how long he's going to keep training. Chiaozu says that he won't stop until he knows he can beat Goku. Launch says, yeah, right, that's gonna happen. Damn.
Telling it how it is.
What a bitch. It's very rude.
Yeah.
Tien needs to tell this Hua to kick rocks. Tien says that he knows he can beat Goku, and that there are many people in the world, and they might challenge him. That's why he must train. But how many times throughout the series does Tien get challenged by random people?
Yeah, and it seems that Tien didn't like how Launch supposedly acquired all of this food and money and whatnot.
No, he didn't.
It's too bad because I feel like the old Tien and Launch would have gotten along much better.
Did they know each other? They did know. Yeah, they knew each other back then because this is all leftover stuff from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but they didn't. I don't think they had a whole lot of interaction though. Especially when Tien was an actual con artist with Chaozu.
Yeah, because they were from kind of around the same time. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's why just suddenly in Dragon Ball Z they're just kind of together. Because it kind of isn't this just transferred over from Dragon Ball. I would imagine. Yeah.
But Yeah, I feel like the old Tien would have definitely been down to rob some banks.
Probably. He is different now. Well, I guess when he fought Goku the first time, that's kind of when he changed.
Yeah. I think it had
Launch.
to do with I think it happened in the tournament, right? With remember Crane did something that really Tien was like, all right, what the fuck? I don't like that.
Yeah.
Something to do with Chaozu maybe,
I think so. Yeah, that does ring a bell.
but it's for another podcast.
Yes. Spoilers. Launch tells him he needs to come work with her. With his brawn and her brain, they could pull off some major bank heists. Chiaozu just says he's hungry. Launch talks about robbing banks some more. Tien insists that they leave. Chiaozu thanks Launch for the food as he heads out the door, and Launch replies by shooting at him with a fucking machine gun.
And this brings us to our subverse dub.
Oh boy.
So in the dub, Launch is a little confused as to why Tien won't eat and he leaves. She says, doesn't he know that it's an offer he can't refuse? And then Chaozu says, thanks for the food, it was delicious. And then she says, you can't leave without your dessert, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And then as she shoots at Chaozu. But in the sub, Launch says, he really has a hard head, referring to Tien. And then Chaozu says, yeah, he can even break rocks with it. and then Launch screams, that's not what I meant, you stupid bastard.
Oh.
She lights him up.
Okay.
I thought so. Sub definitely wins that one. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, he can break rocks with it.
That's pretty close. That's close. I don't think I can decide on this one.
I go subs all the way.
Yeah.
So one time, in the whole series where Chaozu has a semi-funny line.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll go with subs. Flawless victory. Where are we?
Are we back to Snake Way yet?
Oh, I know. Yes. Let's head back to Snake Way and check on Goku. Goku is still running, but what's this? Goku comes across one of those blue demon guys driving a street sweeper. Or I guess this would be a Snake Way sweeper. A clean Snake Way. What does it clean it from exactly? Is Snake Way just collecting dust? Otherworld doesn't seem like a very dirty place. And it's not like people are running down Snake Way. I don't know. I guess
maybe,
it just...
Maybe once in a while there's a dead body that needs to get swept into Hippel.
Maybe it's just one of those jobs that King Yama has, whether it needs to be done or not. Goku tells the guy that he's on his way to King Kai's. The blue guy is shocked by this. He says he hopes Goku brought an extra pair of shoes. Goku asks if it's a long way to King Kai's, and the guy tells him that he's about a quarter of the way there.
And the sub gives Goku a little more credit. The sub, it's halfway.
Well, I have written down, this show makes no sense. So Goku has been running for months now, and he's only a quarter of the way there. But then he falls off and has to start over, and takes a detour at the Snake Lady's place. But he still makes it before the Saiyans can arrive.
I think
none of this shit adds up.
I mean, it doesn't add up, but I think the Dragon Ball explanation for that would be that he got a lot stronger in that first journey he took, and that allowed him his second time around to be a lot faster. Kind of like Korin's Tower, how the first journey up Korin's Tower takes a week or whatever, and then the next time it's he's up there in an hour.
All right, I'll buy it. That's fair.
But yeah, officially halfway, according to the original subs.
Okay, well, yeah. Either, I have it written here, either it's only been a few weeks at most, or Goku only trains with Kinkai for like a month.
Yep.
So take your pick. Goku stops to take a break, and the guy tells Goku he can give him a ride half the way there. Goku hops on the back of his sweeper and falls asleep.
Falls asleep with his arm wrapped around the fucking exhaust pipe.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got to burn at some point.
It's Goku. Back on Earth, Piccolo is in Egypt, I guess, meditating next to a pyramid. He uses his telekinesis powers to lift the pyramid into the air.
This made me really want to see a telekinesis off with Tien and Piccolo.
That'd be a good fight.
They can all fight with only their minds. Who wins?
I'd have to go with Piccolo.
Yeah, me too. It would be a good fight, though.
Yeah. Just between those two characters, it'd be a good fight.
It would be waterfalls versus pyramids. And then we get that erosion that Randall Carlson's always talking about.
I mean, not Goku. Piccolo almost destroys the Earth with his telekinesis.
When was that?
It's coming up here soon.
Oh yeah, right. The earthquake and whatnot.
Yeah. We didn't see good old Mr. T-Rex running, but not after someone. He's running away from someone. That someone being Gohan. Why is Gohan being a dick to this dinosaur?
Gohan's thinking, you eat my friend, I eat you.
I say leave him alone. He seems to have learned his lesson. Tien and Chaozu are continuing their training of Tien stopping waterfalls. Meanwhile, go ahead.
No, I do want to get back to that Gohan chasing the T-Rex. It's pretty funny because Gohan throughout the series pretty much shows mercy to everyone. He's not really that ruthless of a character compared to everybody else. But, like, he does not forgive that T-Rex for killing that. What a Littlefoot, the long neck.
Yeah, the long neck that he knew for an hour. Not even.
So I actually thought that was kind of funny that he's like, nope, you're not getting away with this. Just going to keep on eating you.
I guess it's probably because, like, that T-Rex has probably fucked with Gohan a lot, too. It is, like, the same T-Rex that's chased him multiple times since the beginning.
Yep. Guess maybe in his youth too, he's just like doesn't really care as much.
Yeah, it is just a big dumb animal. So.
He might not even realize like how much he's hurting this T-Rex.
That's true. Meanwhile, Piccolo is still lifting pyramids with his mind. He then causes a giant sinkhole in the sand, and he makes one of the pyramids explode. Piccolo hates Egypt.
He does.
Piccolo, he really fucked up apparently as the ground begins to cave in and there are sinkholes everywhere and the pyramids are breaking and there's an earthquake. And Piccolo is very alarmed by this and he says, "That's not good." And he just kind of says, "Fuck it," and flies off. So good job, Piccolo.
So you can kind of argue that Tien might be better at meditating because he has more control. Piccolo obviously lost control here.
That's true. The T-Rex is now slowly walking, having run out of energy from doing so much running. Gohan's just whacking him with his sword and yelling faster. Gohan is turning into a real jerk here. This is dinosaur abuse.
Oh man, Peter's gonna be all over this.
The giant earthquake. Hang on. Yes, the giant earthquake and ground collapse that Piccolo caused has made its way to Gohan, who falls into a large opening into the ground. So, was Gohan actually near Egypt, or is this fucking earthquake that big?
No, I think it's just that big. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, me too. Because the earthquake has even reached Launch Tien's residence. So it's either all these places are near each other, or Piccolo has fucked up the entire planet.
I do think, like, in scenes like this where, like, we have a lot of things going on at once, like you have Tien over here and Piccolo over there and Gohan and then the other group, like, I think it does allude to the fact that the planet's kind of small.
It's possible. But at the same time, like, you always see, like these vast areas of nothing, like whenever they fight. Like, they'll just be, like, out in the middle of nowhere, and, like, there's nothing nearby, and they're just exploding mountains and blowing shit up.
It's true.
So, but who knows? We then see Bulma and Krillin. Ah, here we go. Bulma is wearing the scouter that they got from Raditz. The scouter goes off, and Bulma claims that she knows where Tien is now. So they have just been flying around everywhere.
Just waiting for a little blip on the
Or did they
scouter.
know where they were going? Or did they just have a general idea?
Yeah, maybe they just had a general idea.
Why can't this show just be consistent for once?
Do they mention, when they finally find him, do they mention how long it's been since they've seen Tien?
I don't think they do.
It's probably been about the same time as before, like 5 years.
Yeah, since the end of Dragon Ball, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Tien's the type of person to go and visit.
No.
And apparently it takes like 6 months to find him, so...
I mean,
Nobody's-
Goku is the type that would visit, and he didn't visit, so Tien, I'd say, definitely didn't visit.
Yeah, and it's not like Tien's like super close with these people.
Nah.
We then see Piccolo flying around looking for Gohan. So I guess Piccolo does kind of lose him from time to time and have to find him again.
Mm-hmm.
Like last time, I was talking about how I thought maybe Piccolo had been spending a few weeks looking for him. So
Yeah, so
I guess
yeah, that would definitely support that.
Gohan, who fell into a large crack in the ground created by Piccolo's earthquake, he manages to stick his sword into the side of the wall in the opening, and he's just hanging there. The crack begins to close as Gohan manages to free his sword and begins his escape, jumping off wall to wall, Jackie Chan style.
I was gonna say like Mario.
That works too. He barely makes it out though. Piccolo sees this apparently, and he's somewhat impressed, but he tries to hide it.
I feel like that's the point where you're like, okay, let's start the training.
Yeah, or maybe it was also maybe he was just kind of not so much impressed, but interested in what Gohan can do now. Like
Yeah.
Like he sees Gohan do this, and it kind of like, it piques his interest. He's like, But back at Tien's, Launch sneezes, which turns her back into Launch. Blue-haired Launch. I don't get it either. Launch is like the first Super Saiyan of the series.
Yeah.
Tien and Chaozu also seem very surprised by this. Is this really the first time that this has happened in front of them? Like, did they not know that the other Launch existed? I'm finding this hard to believe.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all.
This show just can't make up its mind. Krillin and Bulma are still flying. Bulma says that Tien is somewhere in these mountain ranges. So at least we've narrowed it down to that now. So great. Blue Launch apologizes to Tien for all the trouble she's caused. She says it's time for her to go back to the turtle house. Is that where she lives?
I mean, she was living there for pretty much half the Dragon Ball series.
Or, I mean, The last place Launch needs to be is stuck on an island with an immortal rapist.
Yeah, she's super simple-minded, though. I think she likes the island life and just the daily routine of cooking food for Roshi, and
Krillin.
maybe she's flattered by him always oogling at her.
Maybe.
Maybe she has some sort of weird grandpa fantasy.
Oh boy. Tien tells her it's a good idea and says goodbye. Launch comes across a giant field of flowers and decides to lay in them. The wind begins to blow and it causes her to sneeze. Next thing we see, Launch is firing a machine gun at Tien and Chiaotzu. Mostly just Chiaotzu. Launch says she's been looking for Tien.
And like when this happened, I'm like, at first I was thinking, how many times does this happen now? Like it begs the question. But you're right. Like their initial reaction to when she turns into the blue-haired Launch is like they've never seen it before.
I have no idea what's going on at this point. How can you? Bulma and Krillin arrive and Launch begins firing her gun in the air at them. Well, someone needs to do something about this fucking psycho already. It really wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, she needs some fucking... What's the allergy prescription? Nasonex or something?
I was going to say someone just offer, but that works too, I guess.
Just offer. Oh, man.
Bulma and Krillin break the news to Tien and Chiaotzu about Goku dying. Krillin tells them that Goku is in Otherworld training with King Kai, and that they have to go train with Kami. Tien says that he'll help. I kind of like how Krillin just says that kind of nonchalant. Like, Goku's off in Otherworld training with King Kai. Like, everyone knows what that means and who that is. Chiaotzu...
Yeah, I'm sure it made more sense in the subs, but
probably.
I didn't write it down.
Chiaotzu reminds him that they can't leave because of you-know-who. Launch says he better not try to run away from her, and that she'll follow him all the way to Kami's place. And here, this is where I have it written down. Can they just kill her? It would be more than justified.
I don't mind Launch as much as a character.
I don't mind her, but she's like
if
a
you're gonna
heavy
kill
burden
anybody,
on
kill
all these
Chi-Chi.
characters. Well,
Chi-Chi's more of a burden than anybody.
Chi-Chi's a burden on Gohan and at times Goku, but she's not following
the important
everyone
characters,
around. And
the ones that are protecting Earth, not the sidekicks.
Goku's dead half the time, so that doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, Gohan for sure. Speaking of, let's check in with Goku. On Snake Way, Goku is still riding with the blue guy. The cleaner guy hits a bump in the road, or something. It wasn't very clear what happened. Maybe instead of hiring a cleaner, King Gamma should hire a fucking repairman.
It looked like he curb checked a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like.
Maybe he's falling asleep at the wheel.
Maybe he's drunk. When the blue guy hits the bump in the road, it causes Goku to fall off and completely fall off of Snake Way.
And it interrupted Goku's awesome sleep talking.
That's no good. Yeah.
I found his sleep talking voice pretty hilarious.
What was he saying?
I don't remember what he was saying, but his voice was pretty funny.
I just know Goku is still asleep through all of this. Is completely unaware of what is happening.
I think he was like talking to King Kai in his sleep. He was like,
I think
"Hello,
you're right.
Mr. King Kai. My name's Goku."
Yeah, I think that's what he is saying.
But
not for long though, as he hits the ground and is woken up. Goku is confused as to where he is, but notes that it smells good. I hope I can say the same when I die. I guess what is their names? Maz and Mez and Gaz, Maz and Gez. What are their names?
Something like that. Yeah, sure.
I guess they're very clean people. So they keep it nice and tidy, smell good.
Look good, feel good.
Goku says that while he's here, he might as well get something to eat as he walks towards a large fruit tree. As Goku goes to retrieve a piece of the tasty-looking fruit, he gets hit in the head by a large spiked club by an unknown assailant and is knocked out. Goku can get knocked headfirst through multiple mountains of solid rock at supersonic speed, no problem. But just whack him in the head with a bat and it's lights out.
Yeah, well, they are students of King Yemma, so...
That's true. Good point. And Mr. Narrator comes in to send us off. And that's the episode.
Boom.
I
lot.
like this episode a lot. Like, a lot happened, but not a lot happened, but I don't know. It was fun. It was
okay.
It was an easy watch.
It was definitely, it was a combination of like a build-up episode, but a lot did happen.
Aside from all of the time inconsistencies that were very frustrating.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're finally wrapping up. Like, everybody is finally all met up. They're ready to go to Kami's place.
So, you say that, but watch it be another fucking 5 episodes.
Probably.
You know how this show is.
Yeah, that's one thing they mastered in this series is like how to stretch one episode into 15 episodes.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, it's like you look at what's happening here and it's like in 5 episodes, like 6 months have passed. But then like you fast forward to like the Frieza fight and it's like 30 episodes, but it only equals like 5 minutes.
Yeah, when you told me that at first, I was like, what the fuck? Like that really was only like a 2-minute fight.
Yeah, it's not a very long fight. It's just stretched out. I mean,
like the talking during the fight alone is longer than the actual fight is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot longer than... I forget what the actual time is, but...
Because you can justify, like, when they're fighting like that they're fighting at speeds that are so fast that, like, they're obviously faster than what we're watching. But when they're making speeches and just talking, that's real time.
Yes, yeah. But it's just one of those things with the show. Inconsistent.
But yeah, we made it to Hiffle.
Yes, we made it to Hiffle. The wait is
over.
Finally. This should be fun. Gaz and Mez coming up. Spoiler alert.
Yep.
And on that note, we'll wrap this up. Give us a follow on Twitter. Check out all of our websites and whatnot. It's all down below in the description. And as always,
tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep Podcast.